Hi guys, so I'm back for my winter challenge. I ran out of memory in the woods, so I'm going to finish it off here. I decided to do it this night because I was running out of time. I've been waiting to do this for a long time, so I'd set aside an evening. It turned out to be that it wasn't cold enough. It started at 44 degrees and it got down to 35. So it was cold by most people's standards, but it didn't fulfil the criteria of the test. But there you go, that's one of those things. I'll get out another day when it's really cold and really rough it. But anyway, I'm going to put in some footage now of the evening, and then I'll come back with some of my conclusions afterwards. Okay guys, so I've been there about half an hour. What I've done so far is I've got together the start of a long fire lane here. Been lucky with the wood. I know this area, this is one of my usual places. And I've started on the super shelter. I've got the windscreen mat down and I've used a log to wrap around to anchor the sole blanket. I started off to use a peg and to tie it down by the grommets, but on the other side, the first time I tried to use the grommet on the other side, it pulled out straight away. So there you go. That's one lesson, that the grommets aren't that strong. And I've just done an initial tie up just to get the spacing on the tent, but now I'll speak to you later when I'm further on the building of the super shelter. This is pretty cool. You're not going to see it like I see it, but it's a full moon tonight. So, got potential danger of zombies and werewolves. It's all good fun, isn't it? With liberal application of duct tape, I've managed to get the sides of the super shelter built. I had a win on this one, and that was I only needed to use one space blanket cut in half to get both sides done. So they were much bigger. It was much bigger than I was expecting it to be. Okay, now I'm going to go to the plastic drop over the top. Here is the super shelter complete now. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I've never done one of these before. I've got no idea if it's going to work, but at least in construction, I'm satisfied with it for a first attempt. If it blows up a gale, it's just going to blow to pieces. That's my biggest concern at this point in terms of holding together through the night. I've got a good ridge line fixed up. The plastic worked out very well actually. I had a bit of luck there. It's a perfect size to the straight down. How am I going to get in and out of it? I've wrapped a log around it, so I just have to pull that up and then climb inside. I've got some more bedding to go down inside it. Look at the back. There you see. Duct tape has been my friend. Had a small roll. I hope the duct tape holds up through the night. Okay. Time to get a fire started. You may have a question, why did I not make the fire first? It's because with all this plastic flying around building this, I didn't want to have a flame near to the plastic when I was building it, because it would have just, I can imagine a lot of sparks would have been flying about and it would have been melting the plastic. I've still got a way that the fire's going to get too hot and melt the plastic now. But that's all part of the learning process. Okay, I'm going to cut some wood up, collect some wood, get a fire going, and then well, the boring parts starts. That's just spending the night here. Alright then, thanks guys. Here I am now. I'm all set for the night. I've got the fire going, I've got the shelter built. I'm just boiling up some water for some supper. Obviously this can't be considered a winter challenge part 2 successful because it's not cold enough. It's in the mid to low 40s just now, 44, 43 degrees. It's still 9 o'clock in the evening, so there's plenty of time for it to get colder in the night. If it does go below freezing, I'll let you know in the morning. I hope it does get colder so I can get to test the shelter a bit more, but otherwise I've learnt a lot. and building the shelter, making the long fire. It's just been a lot of fun so far being out here, and just going to use the sole emergency bivvy tonight. Going to sleep in that, and it'll be interesting to know how good that is in, you know, the low 40s, depending how cold it does get in the night time. I've just climbed into the super shelter. I'm not going to go with the escape bivvy because I'm absolutely cooking in here. It's like a sauna. This is ridiculous. Okay, let's see if this holds up all night. Anyway, have a good one. Here's my long fire. And here's some stash of wood. Just reach out, wash out and chuck it on the fire. Hi, so that super shelter really worked. It got really warm in there. The backside of that was I needed a huge amount of firewood. I kept the fire going from 9 o'clock in the evening until 7 o'clock in the morning when I finally broke the camp down. And I had to keep getting up every couple of hours to replenish the fire. It wasn't working with me just sticking a hand out of the shelter. So I never got more than a couple of hours sleep in one stretch. But when I did sleep, I slept really well inside there. It was warm and it was as comfortable as sleeping in my own bed at some points in the evening. So that's it. If you're going to build a super shelter, from that little test I did, you need to have a hell of a lot of firewood, and you're going to be getting up every couple of hours to keep making a fire, so you're never going to sleep more than 2 hours in a stretch. But maybe there's, I don't know, the way of making a fire keep going all night. Maybe you could keep a fire going for 4 to 5 hours. You could have a really good evening's rest in there. So that's what I'm going to be looking into. How can I make that long fire last a good portion of that time, at least 4 hours, so you can get a good 4 hours kip in there. Okay, I'm going to come back with another video where I'm going to evaluate all the kit I had, and I'll show you what broke and what worked well and what didn't work so well. But it's been good fun. I'm going to try and get out when it's really cold sometime in the future. Bye.